Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're reacting to the analog horror series called GREYLOCK. I've reacted to this series twice now on, I think on two different parts. I think I got up to like tape 6 last time. If you guys want to see those part 1 and part 2 of those videos, you can go in the link in my description. I'll have them linked below. Anyways, I don't want to talk too much. Also, sorry about being gone for about like a month, almost 2 months I think, but I am back to uploading, so don't worry. But anyways, let's just get right into the video. Alright,
continue to investigate
so
the
excited for
recent
this.
crime wave that swept across northern Berkshire County, left many of its residents in a state of anxiety and panic. It was 2 weeks ago when the emergency broadcast system was engaged to warn residents to secure their homes due to the activity of a group of individuals who had been targeting and breaking into people's homes.
The thought forms?
Authorities have since confirmed that the attacks were in fact part of an organized criminal effort and have been attributed to a local anti-American militia group operating out of Western Massachusetts.
I'm so smart.
Police have made numerous arrests in connection to militia, and officials continue to release statements to assure the public that they are safe once again.
Doubt that.
Information over the past couple weeks, and the investigation's still ongoing. We're getting closer by the day.
Thankfully, due to the continued efforts of law enforcement, life has been able to return back to normal. Back to normal. Back to normal. To normal. To normal. To normal.
What's going on? What is this?
Back to normal for residents of Berkshire County.
Ew. Okay, so I want to talk about that real quick. Basically, a couple like actual tapes ago, I think I reacted to it on my first ever video of reacting to GREYLOCK, of where the thought forms or whatever they're called broke into the people's houses. That's where we got to, I think. And that's where I got jump scared. I vaguely remember that, but I can't really make much theories off of watching just this latest video or tape 7 because there's not much to say about it. Basically, it just took 2 weeks after what happened where they were breaking into people's houses. I honestly didn't even mean to guess that it was a militia. I was just saying random things. But yeah, I guess, I don't know if it is thought forms or not because they're saying it's like a random group of militia, but it could be thought forms. I don't know. But let's just dive into the other video, and I guess we'll go deeply more into that. Great, we're on to the next video. We're experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Completely tits up, didn't it? I've been getting chewed out by our asshole CIA liaison for the past 2 hours.
Alan
What
Rosenbaum,
the fuck happened?
GBS executive, Samantha Jenrich, I think, producer, and then Liam Hollander, also producer. Are the images changing?
But by then, the hijacker had already said everything they wanted to say, hadn't they?
Yes, sir.
What a complete fuck up. They made us look like a fucking joke. Speaking of which, Don, where the fuck is he? I cannot get hold of him, and he needs to get in here and read a statement to help clean up this fucking mess.
Well, we've been trying to reach him. We've called him multiple times. We've tried his pager. We've asked around to see if anyone's heard from him, but nothing. Right now we've got Gerald standing in for him tonight. If Don doesn't show.
You've been to his house?
Oh, it's who's talking.
No, I just thought that maybe he'd be upset if I did that.
Get in your fucking car and go to his fucking house. I
He's
don't
mad.
care if you kick down his front door and drag him here by his ear. You bring him into the studio. Do you understand?
Yes, Mr. Rosenbaum. Of course, I'll do that right now.
There's some real powerful people depending on us right now. They need us to manage the response to these events, to let the public know what's going on, and the last thing we need is it going wider than it already fucking has. So do what you need to do, or I'm going to replace you with some producers who actually know how to produce a fucking show.
Sorry, the file you are trying to access has been destroyed and can no longer be executed or retrieved. Please choose another file. Sorry, it said I'll take the file and trying to destroy or trying. Sorry, Warning, anomalous file detected. This file should not exist. Are you sure you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Opening
File. Arnold Rivers personal log.
final.
My name is Arnold Eugene Rivers. The date is April 8th, 1987, about 9:15 at night. I was involved in the Morelli construction project at Mount GREYLOCK. I was hired due to my background in anthropology and archaeology. I've worked to excavate a number of different historical sites. Paul Morelli took me on after securing a government contract for the GREYLOCK project. I'm recording this because I believe my life is in danger, and I likely don't have a lot of time left, so I need to leave some kind of record of my findings. On March 24th, our crew came across tunnels in the mountain that held a multitude of ancient markings and artifacts. On March 25th, Paul cleared the interior of the mountain and asked me, accompanied by a small crew, to look through the tunnels and record notes on what I was able to recognize. I was then to report to one of the project directors, named Frank Porter, to offer my perspective on our
What is
findings.
that?
I kept this to myself at the time.
Is
but
that
what we
a
discovered in
figure or
that
is that a
mountain
part
was
of, like, the mountain?
not normal. Not only
Please
did
don't
I
look
see the
upstairs.
impact it was having on the crew, but certain aspects of my findings did not make any sense. Many of the artifacts were pre-colonial. Some were from Native American tribes, but there were other artifacts, some Mesoamerican, and others were shockingly Clovis in nature. Finding Clovis artifacts here means that people have been coming to Mount GREYLOCK since at least 11,000 BCE.
Wow.
But that's not all, no. There are artifacts I found that could potentially be from even earlier, Paleo-American cultures that we have yet to even begin studying. There were artifacts and writings left by the cultures that were pre-Columbian in nature. Transoceanic contacts prior to Columbus reaching the Americas has always been largely a theory, but the artifacts in this mountain,
Thought
they
I saw
prove it.
something in the corner of my eye.
Ancient Chinese, Arabic, Indian, Roman, Spanish, Viking, even ancient Greek and Egyptian. Our findings that day alone would change world history as we know it today. I'll admit, the anthropologist in me was thrilled. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I figured it had to be a hoax, but I'm confident that it's all authentic. But my excitement was soon replaced with a looming fear and anxiety. How could such a place be so important to so many cultures for so long? There must be something immense here. Whatever it was, well, that's why I left the project. The tunnels all connected to a series of chambers deep into the interior of the mountain. That's where a majority of the relics were found. There were old baskets of herbs and spices, pottery, weapons and armor, talismans, and other religious items. Countless other things, but all of it was there purposely as offerings.
Cosmic mysteries. We get to look into how ours. Okay. Never mind. Mount GREYLOCK. Okay, so that's the
It
mountain.
was
That's what it's
billions of
called,
years ago,
GREYLOCK.
when our planet was still mostly fire and rock, that a Mars-sized planet that had been drifting through our solar system collided directly with the Earth. So powerful and violent that the rogue planet was blown into countless pieces of debris. This debris collected to form our moon. Many of the pieces of the unknown planet remain inside the Earth to this day.
Adams Police Department, Dispatcher Carey speaking.
Yes, I'm calling to report a break-in at my coworker's house. My name is Liam Hollander.
Okay, Liam, you said this was your coworker's house. What is your coworker's address?
It's Parker Hill Road in Adams, number 491.
491 Parker Hill Road. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me, is anybody hurt? Still with me?
Yes, sorry.
Is anybody hurt?
Yes.
Then I witnessed many altars constructed out of the mountain
I
stone,
don't know what that
along
was.
with evidence of mass animal and human sacrifice. Carvings in the walls of these sacrificial chambers. I couldn't recognize a single familiar symbol. and it made me sick to even look at them. Let me be clear. I am not, nor have I ever been, a religious man. But there's something in that mountain. Something people of countless cultures over the history of our planet have been worshipping, but I don't know why. But I could feel it. Whatever's down there, I could feel it. It was like being trapped in a fever dream. I swear I could hear a voice, and even felt compelled to go further, to speak to whatever's down there. I don't know. I haven't been right since I keep hearing this droning in my head, ceaseless, all day and night. I can't sleep, just droning, always droning. But that doesn't matter right now. But it's not as though I have any authority over this project. I fully expected to be ignored. Mr. Porter called me on the evening of March 28th, and we spoke on the phone briefly. It was as I thought. He disregarded my concerns.
Okay,
I
I'll say
informed
it
him
again.
that I wasn't going to return to the site. He insisted I did. Said I was a valuable asset to the project. Even offered me a substantial raise and wanted me to lead a specifically organized team that would clear the tunnels of artifacts before excavation would continue. I, quote unquote, could be responsible for the biggest historical finding of all time, he said. I refused again. I won't put a price on my sanity or my health, especially after seeing what was happening to the crew.
Good idea.
Now loading. Morale GREYLOCK event, Group C, Survivor data. Profile for patient B3590. Rockford, Thomas. Malformations, notes. Communicative. Patient prone to spontaneous violent outbursts. Treatment of heavy sedation recommended. Only communicate while patient is restrained or via intercom. Now loading. Profile for patient B9231. Washington, Samuel. Malformations, notes. Communicative. Patient suffers from constant state of severe paranoia and delusions, resulting in unpredictable violent outbursts. Standard treatment ineffective. High-dose xylazine is recommended. Only communicate while patient is restrained or via intercom. Now loading.
I'm not
Profile for patient
at all.
B6670.
Uh-oh.
Herrera, Ramon. Malformations, notes. Uncommunicative. Patient appears to be in catatonic state. Warning, patient may sit up
put
very
him down
suddenly,
at this
without
point.
provocation, to projectile vomit at any staff in area. Patient's vomit is extremely corrosive and emits nerve gas. All treatments ineffective. Studies must be conducted with full anti-corrosive gear and air purifying respirator equipped on all staff involved. Now loading. Profile for patient
It's gonna be
B8816. Fleming,
Oh,
Charles.
scary.
Malformations.
or scary or jump scare.
Notes.
Oh.
Uncommunicative. Warning. Patient will attack on sight. Do not interact. Immunity to pain. Patient exhibits cannibalistic tendencies. All treatments ineffective. Immediate euthanasia recommended. Now loading. Profile for patient B4041. Oakhurst, Scott. Malformations. Notes. Communicative.
He's a
Communicate with
vampire.
caution.
Or werewolf,
Warning,
whatever.
patient actively pretends to be benevolent and friendly. Strong homicidal and cannibalistic tendencies. Killed and partially consumed 6 staff members on April 6, 87. Patient laughed hysterically during the attack. All treatments ineffective. Immediate euthanasia or permanent restraint for further study recommended. Now loading. Profile for patient
It's just gonna keep getting worse.
B7992. Kowalski, Edward. Malformations. Notes. Communicative. Hazardous. Warning, patient possesses inhuman power of suggestion and influence over others. Do not interact. All treatments ineffective. Immediate euthanasia recommended. Now loading. Profile for patient B1584. Rafferty, John. Malformations. Notes. Uncommunicative. Hazardous. Patient appears to be
That looks
deceased.
like
No vital
the
signs.
less scary.
Patient's body not decomposing. Warning, staff have become ill after even brief time spent in patient's room. Illness disregards protective suiting. Immediate quarantine required for all victims. Mortality rate post-exposure currently 92%. Survivor subject to rapid physical and mental malformations. All treatments ineffective. Immediate remote euthanasia recommended.
I consider myself incredibly lucky to not be in that condition right now. Oddly, he quickly accepted my second refusal, wished me luck in my future endeavors, but before I could say anything else, he'd hung up. There are all of these things that have been happening around the mountain. The home invasions, the dead bodies that fell from the sky over Cheshire, the pregnancy phenomena, so many other unexplainable things. They all must be related, and I've been trying to figure out how. I've connected with a local investigator who's been trying to get to the bottom of this. I've shared with him everything I have, though I feel that I've been being watched. I feel a looming threat that I can't really explain. Would the government really send someone to kill me over this?
Probably.
I feel like I'm paranoid. Like I've lost some of my mind. But I came home from the grocery store the other day, and my front door was unlocked. And I know I had locked it before I left.
Move houses.
I scanned my entire house for traces of anything, but found nothing out of the ordinary. I even checked and replaced all of the light bulbs. Oh, God. Saying it out loud like this, I realize how crazy I sound. I've always been a rational man. There's a logical explanation behind everything. I'm glad that I put all of this into a recording. Perhaps that was what I needed to snap me out of this. Honestly, I feel much better just talking about it. This cabinet! Oh my God! That's my basement door! No. Camcorder! Oh, where's the damn camcorder?
No.
Thank God.
I'm scared. We're gonna see him walk down to the basement. No.
They're here. I'm inside my bedroom closet. I'm going to keep the tape recorder running, and I'm hiding in here
I'm
with
ready.
my files. If something happens to me, and you find any tapes or files somehow, please bring it to the investigator, Jim Malcolm from North Adams. That goes for this video footage as well.
I'm ready. I'm ready to get jump scared. Come on. Bring it to me. What the heck? Oh. Is that a frog? It's trying to mimic cops. Something like that.
Come on out, it's the police.
It's mimicking. I was ready for it. What? I don't like that. That was it. Alright, y'all. So, I finally finished tape 8 of the GREYLOCK analog horror series. I don't know if this is like the last video ever of the series. I hope not. I don't know if the ending means there's going to be another one or not. It's kind of hard to tell, at least for me. But just to kind of summarize that, Arnold, the archaeologist, I think it was, he was the one who found all of the like statues, I think, and ancient writings from, I think it was like Viking, Spanish, Roman, Egypt, ancient Chinese, some, I think there's a little bit more, but there was a lot of different languages that were all like written on the walls or inside the mountain of GREYLOCK, or I think it's called Mount GREYLOCK. Arnold started summing everything up together that was happening, like the thought forms or entities, or what I think the government called them the militia. I don't think that's true. I think it was thought forms or entities, but anyways, he summed up all of the people breaking into other people's houses and falling from the sky, I think he said, and then the pregnancy thing. And so he started putting all those together and realizing that they were all kind of alike in some way, shape, or form. And I definitely think they did, even after watching before that video. I don't really know how to sum up the series fully because I don't know if it's ending or not yet, but I know that there's still a lot to talk about that I'm gonna skip over. But I know it showed all of the guys who were in the cave. I think it was tape 6 where we went over with like the cave and the conversations, I think, between Arnold and Paul. I think when he denied twice to go back to the cave or the Mount GREYLOCK, I think it was between Paul and Arnold on tape 6, but basically it showed all the pictures of the guys who were working the cave before and after being attacked, which is kind of weird because they still don't know what attacked them. Arnold said he felt compelling, like a compelling voice, wanting them to go farther down and explore, and he thought that there were a lot of other people. I think it was 11,000 BCE that people were just coming into the cave during that time. So I don't know. Do with this information what you will, but I still don't know much on how to summarize. But let me know what you guys think of this series so far, and if it has ended, let me know what you guys have thought of the series. I'll definitely keep an eye out for any other videos from GREYLOCK, but until then, I'll see you guys in another video.